Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Auritas Insights. I have Supriya here with me to talk about data volume management, some data management strategies and how we can achieve those. So, Supriya, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me here today.
So, maybe we start with some of the challenges of, customers outgrowing their current data management strategy. So what are some of the signs that customers can look for? And maybe it's time to change.
Absolutely. So what happens usually these days, Julia, we come to know that customers are moving to RISE with SAP. Mm-hmm. That is one of the biggest, I would say, need of this era when everybody wants to move to SAP with RISE, mm-hmm. and the data storage requirements, the cost behind that. So that is a primary factor why now more and more customers are looking out for solutions. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the major reasons, I could say. Another mm-hmm. would be the longer backup times, because more data you have, it's going to take longer for you for backups. So another factor we have seen these days, the performance, system performance, and especially with the business units using more and more data and over-demanding business needs for reporting, analytics. Mm-hmm. So we see performance issues are coming, and this is another big red flag mm-hmm. when customers think about how to manage your data.
Yeah.
And Cost is the major one.
Cost, performance. Yeah. We're hitting big topics, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So when we talk about data management overall strategy, are we able to address that? How?
We do. So you actually stepped in when their data volume management strategy is not working, right? So we have seen with our customers, there are multiple returning customers as well coming to us and seeing we actually had a data volume management strategy already in place, but we are not seeing the results as it should be. Mm-hmm. So what we have seen, the breakage on their processes, mm-hmm. they are not able to maintain, they are not able to sustain their data volume management strategy. Mm-hmm. It could be because of the attrition, because of not having proper transition. Nobody's there once we do the archiving to take care of the jobs, sustaining the strategy going forward. So we have seen all these problems coming, and Auritas has a team of experienced consultants. I must say, we are one of the best consultants in the market for archiving and ILM projects. Mm-hmm. And we help our customers. We tell them let us see your system. Let us go into your system. Let us get you the data footprint, how it is spread across, and your pain points. So mm-hmm. we do a deep analysis of our customers' databases, their environments, and based on our knowledge, because we have touched every vertical in the market. Mm-hmm. We have years and years of experience that goes into our consulting.
Yeah, and I think a good thing to mention too, you mentioned that assessment, mm-hmm. is that we do this free.
Yes, that's the one benefit, I must say. We start with a free analysis, and which is a pretty quick analysis. We ask a couple of things like database sizes and some basic information from our customers. We don't even need a lot of access and authorizations. Mm-hmm. So we start with that pretty quick analysis, and that gives us almost solid plan for phase one of the objects, which will give them low hanging fruits for in terms of space savings. Yeah. That could be quick ROI for our customers.
That's awesome. And so you mentioned ROI.
Oh,
right?
Yes. Yeah.
What are some of the benefits that we've seen customers, and I know we have so many ILM, so many DVM archiving projects. What are some of the actual results that we've seen from these projects?
I must say space savings when it comes to everybody's moving to SAP, RISE with SAP. Mm-hmm. So it comes to, how much it's going to cost me for a storage. And when the solution storage, everything is on cloud. So it costs customers a lot. So before they move to RISE, can we help them to figure out how much actual data they need to move versus how much data they can actually, it's basically analogy if you have, like if you're moving from an old home to a new home, right? So your garage is full of like things, but you don't need everything for your day-to-day life. So you can actually clean up and you can take what you really need, and what you don't need on a day-to-day basis, that can maybe go to a storage. So that's exactly what we do. We go with a cheaper storage. So what data that is not required for our customers, we move that to a cheaper storage and provide them the same kind of access to their data. That's the key benefit we provide by doing data archiving projects with our customers.
Awesome.
That is one of the greatest best benefit, I would say, space savings. Then of course they will see the performance improvement, all the things like they will see the performance, lower reduced backup times, all that will happen.
Yeah. And I know I was looking at it before we had our conversation now, and we've seen customers reduce the size by up to 80-90% sometimes.
Yes.
It's huge, for especially a customer moving, or if they're just staying where they are, it's huge savings.
Exactly. So yes, you are very right. So we have customers, we have seen in the past, like between 40% to 90%, up to 90% space savings we have seen. And it all depends on retention policies, residence periods, and the quality of their data.
Yeah.
So we do all these kind of analysis. We have the recommendations to our customers based on our experience.
Yeah. And it's good that you touched on this, because my next question is a question that we often hear from the customers is, will you help me figure out what is the retention management or the retention policies and rules I need for this specific data? How can I apply different, for my different type of data? So can we help the customers with that?
Of course, definitely. So we have a service provided by SAP, which is called SAP ILM Retention Management. So we not only do the archiving, data volume management with archiving, but on top of that, we can actually enforce retentions to different business objects based on the business needs. So for example, and you can make it like country specific also. And if the audit and records management team has a need, let's say retention for US for 7 years. So we can actually customize for the particular company code, particular data to retain for 7 years. And I must say, ILM helps the companies to stay in compliance, because some companies are very compliance and audit restricted companies because the kind of industry, the kind of business they are into.
Yeah.
So it's not good to keep data, even like if you are like past the retention, that is another problem. So we help our customers managing their audit and retention requirements through ILM.
That's awesome. And I know we touch on a lot of the benefits, challenges, how we can help, but I think there's a lot of misconceptions when we talk about data archiving. You mentioned access. You don't lose access if you archive your data. But also you told me that, this is not a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. Is it ongoing? How can I keep that almost like ongoing process or constant archiving? Are there tools? Help me understand that more.
I can definitely talk about that. So when we build a relationship with our customers, right, it's not like a one-time thing. We keep on checking, keep on helping. Like, how can we get the best value out of our solutions that we have provided? So data archiving, as you mentioned, it's not a one-time thing. And this is a misconception some customers have before they come to Auritas. Like, okay, I have implemented archiving. Why I'm not seeing the benefits out of this? Of course, you implemented, but did you sustain? Did you continue doing what has been enforced, the policies? So we see some of the customers having that issue. And to solve that problem, we have an automation. Like nowadays, we have our products. So I can proudly say Auritas has 2 key products that can help with the archiving journey. One is Data Assist, that actually helps to do the database analysis for our customers. They can keep a tab on real-time data footprint using that tool. and the automation of archive jobs. So you don't have to have any basis consultant or a DBA to run these jobs, have this bulky schedule if you have, let's say, 20 objects to implement. All that can be handled through Data Assist. So we have automated that process for our customers, and we have seen very good results coming out of that.
No, I know we've seen customers reduce their, their size by 55%, but not only that, keep the size.
You have to continue doing that. You cannot just leave it in middle, I'm done one time, it's done. But no, you have to be consistent. Otherwise, your data will again go back to square one. It will keep growing and you will not have any strategy in place.
We like to say, if you look at a graph, your data is always growing, right? You do archiving, it's going to go down, but it's going to continue growing. So for you to flatline that, right? We use that word
flatlining the data. I like it.
You have to do that ongoing, and it's good that Data Assist, there's a product that can do that.
That can help our customers, And another product I was just talking about is a data guard. So what happens? Let's say customer moves from old ECC system or any other older modules, any other older versions to RISE, like on SAP RISE or S/4HANA. Need comes, how can our customers reduce their, I would say, the impact on their database maintenance, impact on keeping two systems running? So then comes the concept of decommissioning. So is there any tool, any secure tool that actually can move data from the older system, give us access to the data that is required so that the older SAP system can be decommissioned? So in that area, we have come up with a solution, tool called Data Guard. So and that also helps us, our customers, with their journey.
It's good that you mentioned it, because a recent study said that customers spend over 70% of their budget just to keep the legacy system live. Right? So there's no need for that, with a solution like Data Guard.
Exactly. That's where our tool comes handy. And we have seen very good feedback, successful implementations, and it's working really well with our customers for legacy system decommissioning.
That's really, really good. So I think we talked about a lot. So thank you so much again for being with us today. And I hope to connect with everyone in the next episode.
Thank you.